Hi guys, so today I'm going to put this train set inside of this briefcase and make a layout to make the tiniest model layout you've ever seen. I've got loads of stuff that I've gathered to do the build. It's not something I've ever done before, so it might go great, it might go drastically wrong, but let us stick around and we'll find out. So the general idea behind this is that I've got two 5mm cardboards to make it 10mm, and then these will go inside the briefcase. This is the track that comes with the TGauge railway. So it's not going to be anything fancy, it's just going to be a circular track, and then I have some little things to put on it. So I have a bungalow like the house I grew up in. I have some cars and a station, and I'm gonna some trees, some animals. I don't know, the animals are so tiny you won't believe it. And then try and position everything to make a nice little layout. So I'll sort of lay it out as I think I want it, and then I'll give you an idea. I'll show you that. Okay, so this is the general idea. We're going to have an underpass here, which has a little bridge. And I thought rather than building up, because it's so small, we'll just go underneath. The underpass will come down here to the farm here, which we're going to have, you know, we've got some fences and some animals. And then this is going to be the station here, which will be like a country station. I was kind of building it on the idea of what's behind my house. You know, we have trees and the railway going down there, and it's very rural around here. So a modern day rural railway really, and then some little roads and, you know, a little trees here, some trees and bits. So yeah, that's the general idea. So I'm going to give it a go and see where we end up. So I'm just cutting a piece of the board out here to make the underpass, and it should be deep enough for the cars to go under, although it's not like they're going to go under, is it? It's just for show. And then when it goes on top of the other board, then it'll just be flush. So, and then to make the ramp down, I've got some sort of mould, some putty clay that I can just make the ramp down into the underpass, and then the cars can then get in and out of the area underneath the bridge like that. General idea. So I've just got some tacky glue that I'd left over from building the E2. I'm just going to stick these two boards together, and I'm presuming this will be enough to hold them. So sticky fingers crossed. Okay, so the next job is we're going to give this baseboard a coat of green, just so the white doesn't show through. I got this from Hobbycraft, all game terrain base green paint. So I just thought, I wasn't going to do it at first, but then when I saw it, I thought, yeah, it's probably a good idea just to get everything through so it doesn't show through the grass. So I'll crack on with that now. Okay, so next job is I've got some of this sort of air drying clay, and I'm going to make a little ramp down here that the car drives down, and then that can then sort of become part of the road that comes to the station and to the farm. So I'll try and work this out, non-toxic, which is good, and crack on with that. Okay, so that's done now. So you can see I've made that little ramp. Don't know how well it's on camera. So yeah, and then I'm going to obviously put some gravel over this, so it'll look better than this, I hope. So yeah, next bit. So I think the next part is going to be putting the gravel in to make the road. So the road's going to be about 1 centimetre wide, as these are the cars. So you can see how tiny they are. How ridiculous little Land Rovers. I've already painted them. So I'm going to make a road come down here and then sort of veer off to the right, my right, to this is where the farm will be. And then I'm going to make a little road come down here, connect up here, so it's like a T-junction almost, to the railway station, so crack on with that. Also, for those that care, I'm using Woodland Scenics gravel, grey fine gravel. So mix a bit of that together and crack on. Okay, so we have a road now. Obviously it doesn't really look like much at the minute, but I'm hoping it will. So I'm just letting the glue dry a little bit here, and then I think I'm going to start on the grass next. Okay, so the next job is this bad boy, a static grass applicator. I've never used one in my life, but we'll give it a shot. And essentially what happens is you earth it like this to the whatever you're making. You fill this with grass, and then you kind of shake it, and it makes the grass stick up. The static makes the grass stand up like normal grass would. So let's see if I can do it. So we have grass. Although with me being quite new to this, I didn't realise how much it'd cover up the road. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go over the road again. Yeah, looks pretty cool. It's looking like an actual field. And also, I don't know how well the track's going to sit on top of this, but we'll soon find out. So I'm going to go over the road again, I think, when it's dry, and just try and sort of define it more and sort this out. It's really hard working at this scale because everything's just so small. So yeah. Right, so I don't know if I messed up here long term, but I'm just going to super glue this stuff down. Just using some super glue. And see how that works. So I will do, don't laugh at me. She's laughing at me for saying I'm super gluing stuff down with super glue. So yeah, I'm going to put all my little bits on there. I've got little farm animals, the whole shebang. So I'm going to give it a go and we'll see how that turns out. Well, it's not bad for a day's work. We've got a little bit of a sort of range of trees coming out here, coming from back there to down here, which sort of covers the track from the house. And then, you know, got a house, a little Land Rover's in, got our station here, got some tiny little moo cows, tiny little horses. So yeah, it's time to get it in the box and see in the briefcase and see what it looks like. I think I'm happy with that. I definitely should have put this down first. I've realised that now. I should have put the track down first and then layered on top of the track, and it would have looked a bit more realistic. But I suppose with this it works because I'm trying to show off the train set itself in a situ. So I think it's nice. And I managed to super glue my whole finger together, which is great. It's going to take like weeks to come off. So yeah, I'll chuck this in the briefcase and we'll see what it looks like. And there we go. We have a train set in a briefcase. The world's smallest train set. Now, I'm under no illusion that my modelling skills aren't exactly leading class, but it gives you an idea of what you can do with these things. And that was the whole idea of the video, really, was to show you how you can turn the world's smallest train set into the world's smallest model layout, probably. And it fits just perfectly into this briefcase. We've got the house there with the Land Rover and some cows eating in the field.
You got your little station here with your canopy and another Land Rover, and then, you know, a bit of a forest there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. You know, for a tiny little layout, it's quite hard modelling in TGauge anyway. I'm getting smaller and smaller each one I mention, but yeah, I think this has turned out good and I'm happy with it. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure you'll all be quick to give me advice on how I could have done it better, but yeah, definitely let me know what you think. And if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Please do, it really helps the channel and helps me be able to fund more ideas like this and more cool content for you. So I'll leave with a few shots of it going round. So thanks very much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. And quickly before I go, actually, one last thing. All I did was just cut a hole here, and I just wired the controller through it, which is it's a really simple controller. It's just forward and backwards and the power. So then you can just kind of hide that in there, and yeah, it just moves around like that. Yeah. So there you go. Enjoy the clip roll.